Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charleston, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have another interesting episode for you guys, so make sure you go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now, we all know that Kyrie Irving and LeBron James didn't end their relationship on the best of terms in Cleveland. We all know that Kyrie Irving and LeBron James were former teammates. And as y'all know, Kyrie and LeBron were able to win a championship together in 2016 against the Golden State Warriors. And they made a total combined of 3 finals appearances as a duo, as teammates, right? But towards the end, it all came crashing down. And it got to the point where it seemed as if Kyrie became dejected with LeBron James, and he just basically said, listen, either y'all trade me or I'm going to get my cert. Y'all remember the whole thing, right? So basically during that time, what happened was this. Kyrie Irving actually came out to kind of respond to a lot of the chatter out there, and he went on ESPN First Take back when they had Max Kellerman on the show. He went on there to basically explain his decision for no longer wanting to be a teammate of LeBron James. So for those of you who missed Kyrie on ESPN First Take, it was a number of years ago, we're talking about 5-6 years ago, we want to play some of his comments on First Take, and then we're going to come back and really get into the meat of this entire show here. So take a listen to some of the things that he had to say here, and we're going to come back and react to it. Take a listen to that.
Let me ask you this question.
Well, hold on, Stephen A. Let me just follow up with that, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Then I'm a little confused by the answer, Kyrie, because when you say you don't have ego, I see the way you play at the end of games. You want the ball. You're a killer in crunch time, and you're extremely talented. It seems to me that that kind of player, the closer, as they say, does have ego. So if you say that you want to leave LeBron because that's the crossroads in your career, you're ready to kind of have your own team, are you also saying, it seems to me you would be saying, but correct me if I'm wrong, that you think you have a better chance of winning a championship on another team? Because as a winning player, I would assume that that would be the ultimate goal, not necessarily seeing how far you can go on your own, or as the leader of a team, but giving yourself the best chance to win a championship. Do you think by leaving Cleveland that's what you did, or am I wrong in my premise?
Well, when you think about the journey, and then you also put things into perspective for what they really are. It's a truthful environment, and I wasn't getting that. And that's where it really stands.
Well, when you say it wasn't a truthful environment, is that pointing to the coaching, Tyronn Lue? Is that pointing to GM? Is that pointing to ownership? Just to be clear.
No.
Okay, that's not at all.
No, it's pointing to the perspective. It's pointing to the perspective that I know exactly what I want, and I want to be happy and perfect my craft in doing so.
Let me go someplace else. Did you speak to LeBron James or talk to LeBron James before you and your representatives met with ownership and let them know that you wanted out?
No.
Why not?
Why would I have to?
I'm not saying, no. I'm not implying that you have to at all.
Yeah.
But he's the best player in the world. He's a superstar. He's considered the leader of the team. Your teammate, who you speak glowingly and very highly about. And if you don't want to play there anymore, even though it was a personal decision, chances are, if you don't speak to somebody about it, they might take it personally.
Yeah.
Do you care about that at all?
No.
It's his future, his life.
So after listening to that audio, you could clearly see that Kyrie Irving was not on good terms with LeBron, and he decided that he didn't need to communicate his decision to want to leave the team to LeBron James by his own admission. When he asked him, like, did you come? He was like, do you feel bad about it? He goes, no, I don't feel bad about it. So that's what he said. However, 6 years later or so, it seems like Kyrie Irving wishes that he would have handled things a little bit differently. And we're getting this according to a report from CBSSports.com. So what we want to do is really get into the article and read some of the things that Kyrie Irving had to say, and then ultimately come back and react to it. So let me go ahead and get into the article here. The article basically starts off with the headline: Kyrie Irving regrets fallout with LeBron James Cavaliers, we definitely would have won more championship. The article starts off, Kyrie Irving is one of the most talented basketball players in the world. He has been for a long time, but he's never been able to find the same level of success away from LeBron James that he enjoyed when the two were paired together in Cleveland, when they went to 3 NBA Finals and won a championship in 2016. That Cavs team was loaded, led by LeBron James, Irving, and Kevin Love. When Kyrie requested a trade in the summer of 2017, it didn't, on the surface, make a whole lot of sense. From a team standpoint, why would you want to leave a perennial championship contender to go on his own? And then Kyrie Irving basically responded to it on the podcast, I Am Athlete. He says, if I was in the same maturity line and understanding of who I am now, and I look back, we definitely would have won more championships, Irving expressed. But there would have been a better man-to-man understanding with LeBron and what I'm going through. I didn't know how to share my emotions. I didn't know how to do that. So instead of sharing, I isolated myself. He continues on to say, we didn't talk much during that time, Irving said. When I look back on what I was going through at the time, I wish I did talk to LeBron, because it would have been a good understanding of what the future will hold for the both of us. And we know how much power we both had together, me and him in the league together running Cleveland. And then being able to put a better team together every single year would have definitely been worth it. And basically, that's what the article basically had to say here. So essentially, what I'm getting from this is Kyrie Irving basically wish he had a better line of communication with LeBron James. And obviously, he felt that they would have won more together. Now, this situation, and I could be wrong, but this situation reminds me of the fallout between Shaq and Kobe. And as y'all know, Kyrie Irving was a quote-unquote pupil of Kobe Bryant. He looked up to Kobe Bryant a lot. If you listen to him talk, with his facial expressions and his mannerisms, you can tell that he's, channeling his inner Kobe. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it reminds me of that situation with the fallout between Shaq and Kobe. However, I think there was a major difference. There was a fundamental difference between the fallout, between Kyrie Irving and LeBron James, and the fallout between Shaq and Kobe. When Shaq and Kobe decided that it was no longer going to work together, there was a fundamental difference there. Kobe was just as good as Shaq. That is a key difference. Kobe Bryant was just as good as a basketball player, especially when he was in his prime, as Shaquille O'Neal. Hence, he was able to go on and win 2 championships as the man. And Shaq went on to win another championship the next year with the Miami Heat when he teamed up with, I think Gary Payton, Dwayne Wade, and some other players. They went on there and they won 2 championships. In the case of LeBron and Kyrie Irving is nowhere near as good a basketball player as LeBron James. Since the two of them, stopped being teammates, LeBron made multiple finals appearances and he won another championship in LA with the Los Angeles Lakers. In the case of Kyrie, since him and LeBron, from the moment him and LeBron stopped being teammates, he has yet to even make it to an NBA Finals. That is the fundamental difference here. Kobe and Shaq were on the same level. Kyrie and LeBron, and this is not a diss, it's the reality. Anybody watching this video will tell you this for free. So to me, I think the moral of the story here are two things. Sometimes the grass ain't always green on the other side. You may think, oh, if I go over there, it'll be better, blah, 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 but that wasn't the case, and it ended up being actually worse when Kyrie decided to go join the Boston Celtics. That's the first lesson. And the second lesson is this. Good communication can go a long way to avoiding conflicts. Before things, get to a boiling, before things get to their breaking point, just have a conversation. Explain, hey, this is where I'm coming from. This is where I'm coming from. Have that uncomfortable conversation, and we can avoid unnecessary conflicts. And I think that's what Kyrie Irving ultimately ended up learning. So what I want to know from you guys is this: what do you think about Kyrie Irving's new admission that basically, listen, if he had a chance to do it over, he would. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro. Wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.